Alright, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy PXG Cash Hour coming at you week 4 of the Pokemon Forever Association League. Um, Probably not noticeable that much on my voice, but we were still sick, but we're still going to try to get these videos out at least. Seeing how I haven't been able to actually sit and stream outside of one day in a multi, which I didn't have to really do much work outside of, occasional chatter here and there, but I'm going to see when we can actually stream again. But outside of that, like I said, we got week 4. This week we're going up against Travis and the Syracuse Swellows. When I was looking at the matchup of what pokes Yu-Gi-Oh had for or Travis had for his squad, I noticed Trav had a lot of pokes with very high special defense. So that was kind of, during the system process, I was like, it's almost the inverse of a different league battle I had a while back. But I still wanted to make sure I keep a balance just in case. Like, just alone with his OU and UU, he had a pretty good threat in terms of I'm gonna have to really play all my cards correctly, or I could get swept. When I got up to the matchup screen, it was essentially what I figured was gonna happen. He brought essentially all his OU and almost all his UU, just swapping out Gudra for Steelix, as you see there. Probably just not to have as many same dragon typing. He has a lot of bulk in Cresto for especially, so probably another reason why he want to bring Gudra. But overall, he has decent pokes. Latios, Cresselia, his Mega Heracross, who, as far as I know, is the current poke in terms of kills in this league so far. So let's say he wouldn't have that if it's not for the fact that it can actually put in some work. Another thing is the fact that he had 2 spinners, I believe, possible that he could have brought in. No, I think he had a spinner and a defogger. But looking at the overall matchup, I felt like I didn't need to bring in my spinner this week. So for the second time in a row, I'm not bringing in my Hitmontop. So this time, bring in the Black Kyurem, Miss Verawang herself, our Mega Gardevoir, our boy Mill, the Tauros, Gyarados, Heatran, and Umbreon. Because I figured that's probably the nice split of physical special in terms of both attack and defenses. And let's see how we did on week 4 of the Pokemon Forever Association, the Puerto Rican Panchams versus the Syracuse Swellows. So I decided to lead off with Kyurem because I realized that most of the pokes that he has, I have a lot of things that Kyurem can kill, outside of this thing, which he started off with. So I lead off with Black Kyurem, he leads off with his Swampert. So right off the bat I said, let me just try, might as well just try. It doesn't see, it does about 30%. He goes for the Scald. He gets the burn. Luckily for me, I'm not a physical Kyurem nor a mixed. But I think I decided to switch in and go for one more Dragon Pulse. He swaps out and goes into his Steelix, who is essentially his physical wall on his team. Steelix, of course, being able to take that, and ironically that was a crit. That's the most that we can actually get out of being on the Steelix, so it's not really worth the pain. So I swap out. I believe I go into my Gyarados because I figured that both his ground and steel moves I can at least resist those. But he goes for Rock Tomb, something I wasn't really expecting him to carry. That does lower my speed down. I think I'm still natively faster than it anyway. Forgot what base speed Steelix is. So now he recalls that I think I was gonna go for the D-Dance to at least bring myself back up to positive. Brings out the Celebi, which is interesting. I think at this point I was thinking, what are you gonna hit me with? A grass move, a psychic move, like what? So I go for bounce because regardless of the fact at least I can avoid any of them. Yeah, Steelix is base dirty. He goes for the nasty plot, and I was warned about this by one of my coaches that he could potentially baton pass, but he was scared it was going to be speed. But when I realized he had nothing speed, I'm what's the worst that can happen? He avoids the bounce, because I'm not lucky like that. He baton passes nasty plot into Latios. Probably something you don't want to give baton pass to. You don't want to baton pass anything in my case. Go for the energy ball. She hurts a lot, considering it's neutral. I go for the crunch. I don't know if you expect me to have that. And we get the Oko on it, pretty much. And Latios is the first one gone. My Moxie activates, so I'm at +2 in attack right now. Neutral speed. I already know at this point, not really much I can Oko here, so I go for crunch again. Hoping it would have killed it. I did lower his physical defense, but it's not enough. Even though I resist this, I believe Gyarados goes down, which is fine. After putting in after doing what he essentially was here to do. Go into our boy Mill. Intimidate, even though it doesn't matter, is a special Swampert, I believe. Go for straight out for the Earthquake. Just show who's boss. And Swampert goes down, so we're at a nice 5-4 lead at the moment. Brings us his Heracross. Now this thing I'm actually afraid of because it Mega Heracross has a base 185 attack. So I go into our Lady Verwang. Cause I figure she's probably the only thing on my team that can take a hit from this. I trace his Moxie. If only I could stay this way and just like start killing everything, but it doesn't matter because I'm not a physically attacking mon. So he Megas as per the rules of the PFA. He goes straight in for the close combat. I should live this because I do resist, and it does lower both his defenses, which is better for me. But of course, he's gonna withdraw. Goes into Steelix, who would be the one. No, goes into Celebi. Because Steelix would be probably the one thing that could take my attacks. But I'm not sure if he knew I carried this move. That goes. Oh no, this time I go for Hyper Voice. Because I did prepare something for half of these mons, knowing full well that what might happen. But I go for the Shadow Ball. And I know it's super effective. Celebi probably living at 1 HP. Maybe probably anywhere from like 1 to 3 HP. Goes for the Giga, recovers a little bit of his health. But I already got this, Celebi's already on the ropes. He withdraws his Celebi. Goes into Steelix, because like I said, Steelix will be able to resist both the Psychic and the Hyper Voice. Luckily for me, Shadow Ball is neutral, but he is specially defensive. At least this build of him is very specially defensive, able to take that hit like nothing. So I go into Heatran. Mind you, he could potentially have the Earthquake, but I did predict a Steel move. I wasn't predicting Heavy Slam, but I did predict a Steel move at least. Not taking any damage off of that. Protecting Verwang. Because, you know, you can't get the dress dirty. You know how much that costs? Like, for me to actually get that specially made? He withdraws his Steelix. Went into his Cresselia. So this time I wanted to Stealth Rock, but I figured I probably should go straight into the attack. Get the Lava Plume and get the burn. Ironically, the one time I probably don't want the burn because I would have preferred to Toxic this over actually burning it. So, go for the Stealth Rocks. Figure out at this point, what is this thing gonna actually do to me? Go for the Calm Mind. At this point, I was actually kind of panicking. Because I don't have a way to remove the Calm Mind off this thing. So, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, oh god, he might have me here, especially if, no matter what I switch into now, it's probably gonna do it again. So this Cresselia has to be probably physically invested, and now with the Calm Mind, it's actually increasing its special defenses. Cresselia already is sporting a good HP defense and special defense stat. So I bring out Umbreon because I'm figuring maybe the only attack move could be a Psychic type. That way Umbreon is immune to Psychic moves. So he withdraws, luckily for me, meaning that was probably on the money that he maybe only had a Psychic move. Or maybe he's afraid of what I might carry. He brings out Heracross, he takes some damage from the Star Rock. I go for Foul Play, which even though I know he resists, it'll do a lot of damage because of his high attack stat. I go for Protect to see what he's gonna do next. He's going for Pin Missile, it's a skill link move. At this point I don't really have anything that can actually take the hit, so I go for the one thing that could probably potentially help me out, and it's by intimidating with Mill. So he's put his attack at -1, and I'm hoping I can lift the hits off of the skill link, but with the first one already being crit, that's not looking like it's gonna happen at all. He got a second one. So Mill the Tauros goes down, but it'll be fine because I'll have one of his 29 brothers take revenge in the future. Bring out the Verawang, and he withdraws the Heracross. Going into Steelix, so he probably does want to hit me with that heavy slam because it will kill me. It will definitely kill me. I go for the Shadow Ball because at this point, like I said, no, based on the team that he had, I already had enough moves already to cycle around. But Steelix would be the one, would have been a problem had he brought in, and he did bring it in, so I kind of did prepare for that. Swap out, go back into Umbreon, thinking he's gonna Rock Tomb again because it wouldn't bug me. But he goes for the Earthquake. So at least I knew better than to bring. He probably thought maybe I would have went into Heatran again. He went to Umbreon. My Umbreon could take hits. He withdraws Steelix. Goes into Heracross. So now at this point, I don't think I swap out into it because I don't really want anything to actually die. So I go for Wish. Trying to see if I can maybe psych him out, thinking that I'm gonna bring someone in. So I stood in myself, but he went straight for the Pin Missile. And I do believe this is going to kill me, as much as I wish it would not, because Umbreon would only be able to live at least 4. So my Umbreon goes down. So now we're at a 3-4 scenario. So I bring out the Verawang. Get a nice dress again. Verawang, you do some good stuff. So if it draws his Heracross does not want to meet my Gardevoir one-on-one. Brings out the Steelix again. But I do believe with the rock damage, it's not going to leave another Shadow Ball. But I go for Hyper Voice, predicting he was going to stay in. Actually, no, I think I just predicted the fact that he's not going to live at all. So Steelix goes down. Now I don't really mind anything else that he has at this point. Cresselia comes in, takes damage to the rocks. I go for Shadow Ball, praying to the gods it will kill or at least give me a crit. It lives, but he doesn't heal, which is another thing. He goes for the Ice Beam. He did not get the freeze. It makes me wonder why he didn't just stay in to hit Umbreon before. But now with the fact that I see I outspeed it, Cresselia swaps out. Goes into Celebi. I think he was kind of hoping to see what move I would actually called out. But Celebi does live the rocks. So I take care of Celebi myself. And Celebi goes down, and we're now at a 3-2 situation. Out comes out the Heracross. He does take some damage from the rocks. I know for a fact I outspeed this, so I go straight for the Hyper Voice. And Heracross goes down, and it was a crit. I don't think the crit really mattered there. Heracross goes down. Out comes out the Cresselia. We'll take damage from the rocks. Just like Celebi is not enough to actually kill, so I do it personally. Verawang coming through this game, probably knocking out 4 of his mons.
And there goes
overall, I really enjoyed this battle with Travis. You know, we were really trying to out predict each other, kind of psych each other out, I guess, kind of. I do feel the fact that once his +2 Cresselia left the field, that might have sealed the deal because like I said, I wouldn't have had anything to really stop it. Although if Psychic and Ice Beam were his only moves, my Heat Ran would have probably posed a big threat on the grounds that I resist both, and I think I would have had a way to unfreeze myself anyway. I believe it would have been a neutral hit for Kiram in terms of both, and I would have been taking damage off of the burns that he got from the Scald earlier. But the main priority once after a while, I realized that Vera Wang was gonna be the MVP this game. When like I said, every time I always bring out all the calculations, stuff like that. Considering I was carrying a Psychic, a Ghost, and a Fairy move, while only one of his pokes was really weak to the Fairy, which is the Mega Heracross, I already knew that most of his other pokes, the ones that he did not bring, resisted. Outside of Steelix who did resist it, but everything else that he could have brought in, like he had a Golbat that would have resisted that. He had a Delphox that would have resisted it too. So all in all, like I said, it was still a fun match. I did like it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. We will be having a battle next week with let's find out. Next week, the Puerto Rican Panchams will be facing off against. God, I'm gonna butcher this name so bad. The Mississauga Menses. Don't know if I said that word correctly. Mississauga. And they are coached by Zigzagger 456. So YouTube, as always, thanks for you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I don't know when my streams will be back to their normal running time. As I said, I'm not under the best weather currently. Like you guys can't even see because I never have a camera in here, but I'm literally in bed recording this video. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Our Puerto Rican Panchams are at a good 3-1 right now in the league. I believe we're currently, well, not all the battles for this week have gone underway. I believe we're at a nice 3-1 at the moment, putting us at a 4th place position. I believe ahead of us are just two people that are perfect in the league right now, and someone who has a differentiation of difference of 1 point. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Catch you on the flip side.